Ever wondered how the net worth of presidents stacks up against everyday people like us? While most of us budget for bills and groceries, some world leaders are raking in millions, or even billions. The financial gap is jaw-dropping, and today, we're breaking it down. Welcome to today's video where we'll be counting down 10 poorest to richest presidents and world leaders. We'll explore their net worth, lifestyle choices, and how they acquired their wealth. From modest salaries to vast fortunes, the financial disparity among world leaders might surprise you. Let's dive into our countdown from the least wealthy to the most affluent. Number 10, Fidel Castro. Coming in at number 10 is Cuba's revolutionary leader Fidel Castro. While Forbes once estimated his wealth at around $900 million, Castro vehemently denied these claims. In fact, he angrily challenged anyone to prove he had such wealth, promising to resign if evidence was found. Castro lived in a modest home and wore his signature olive green military uniforms. He consistently portrayed himself as a humble servant of the Cuban people, despite controlling a nation for nearly 5 decades. The truth about his finances remains shrouded in mystery, as Cuba's lack of transparency makes it difficult to separate personal assets from state resources. Whether truly poor or secretly wealthy, Castro maintained the image of a revolutionary who rejected capitalism's excesses until his final days. At number 9, we find former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, with a relatively modest net worth of $2 million. Despite his privileged background and education at Eton and Oxford, Johnson has struggled financially throughout his political career. Interestingly, Johnson once contemplated leaving his position as Prime Minister because the salary couldn't cover his expenses. After his divorce and child support payments, Johnson frequently complained about financial difficulties despite earning around £160,000 annually as Prime Minister. So his wealth mainly comes from his writing career, speaking engagements, and property investments. After leaving office, Johnson quickly returned to writing and speaking to, bolster his finances, showing that political power doesn't always equate to personal wealth. Number 8, Volodymyr Zelensky, with an estimated $25 million. Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, ranks 8th with about $25 million. Before entering politics, Zelensky was a successful comedian, actor, and producer, starring in the hit show Servant of the People, ironically playing a teacher who becomes president.
Доброе утро, господин президент.
His production company, Kvartal 95, was the source of most of his pre-presidential wealth. Since the Russian invasion, Zelensky has become a symbol of resistance, wearing simple military attire instead of suits and ties. While his wealth isn't enormous by international standards, Zelensky has received substantial political donations and international support. 7th on our list is Cyril Ramaphosa, South Africa's president, with a net worth of approximately $450 million. Unlike many African leaders whose wealth origins remain questionable, Ramaphosa built much of his fortune through legitimate business ventures after apartheid ended. After serving as a union leader and key negotiator in ending apartheid, Ramaphosa entered the business world before returning to politics. His investments span mining, telecommunications, and McDonald's franchises in South Africa. However, critics question whether his connections to the ruling African National Congress helped facilitate his business success. Coming in at number 6 is Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey's long-serving leader, with an estimated net worth of $500 million. Erdogan, who actually rose from pretty humble beginnings in Istanbul's working-class Kasımpaşa neighborhood, has managed to accumulate significant wealth over the course of his political career. Officially, Erdogan claims that his wealth comes from, legitimate gifts from wedding attendees and property investments. His supporters, they often point to his modest lifestyle and religious devotion as clear evidence of his integrity. And although Western reports talk about his vast net worth, a lot of that actually refers to a state building, a 1,000-room presidential palace worth over $600 million, which was built with state funds rather than his personal money. At number 5 is Britain's Rishi Sunak, with a remarkable $800 million fortune, making him wealthier than the late Queen Elizabeth II, whose net worth was estimated at $600 million. Sunak's wealth comes partly from his successful finance career at Goldman Sachs and hedge funds. However, the bulk of his fortune stems from his marriage to Akshata Murthy, daughter of Indian tech giant Infosys founder Narayana Murthy. Their combined wealth has raised questions about whether Sunak can truly understand the economic struggles of ordinary Britons. Despite his enormous wealth, Sunak has tried to portray himself as relatable, though incidents like being filmed struggling to use a contactless payment card and wearing expensive designer clothes during cost-of-living crises have undermined these efforts. Number 4. Xi Jinping. China's powerful leader Xi Jinping ranks fourth in our list, with an estimated net worth of $1.2 billion. This figure is particularly striking given his official salary of just around $22,000 per year as China's president. Xi presents himself as a simple man fighting corruption, and China's opaque financial system makes tracking his wealth difficult. His family members reportedly control investments worth billions in real estate, technology companies, and natural resources. A 2012 Bloomberg investigation found that Xi's extended family had accumulated enormous wealth. Though no assets were traced directly to Xi or his immediate family, the Chinese government promptly blocked Bloomberg's website in mainland China after the report. Number 3. Donald Trump. U.S. President Donald Trump claims the third position with a self-reported net worth of $5.1 billion, though Forbes estimates it closer to $3.1 billion. Unlike most presidents who entered politics after successful careers in law or public service, Trump inherited wealth from his father and expanded it through real estate development, licensing deals, and media ventures. His brand-building expertise and celebrity status helped him monetize his name across hotels, golf courses, and various products. Trump's business practices have been both praised for their ambition and criticized for multiple bankruptcies and lawsuits. As president, he broke precedent by refusing to divest from his businesses, raising concerns about conflicts of interest. Number 2. Mohammad Bin Zayed. The UAE's President Mohammad Bin Zayed takes the second spot with an estimated $35 billion fortune, surpassing his Saudi counterpart, Mohammed bin Salman. As the ruler of Abu Dhabi and president of the UAE, MBZ controls the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds with assets exceeding $790 billion. His personal wealth is difficult to distinguish from state assets, a common situation among absolute monarchs. Under MBZ's leadership, the UAE has transformed into a global business hub and diversified its economy beyond oil. His wealth funds luxurious palaces, a massive yacht collection, and private jets, while also financing the UAE's expanding global influence through strategic investments. Before revealing our number 1, let's acknowledge some notable leaders who didn't make our top 10. Muammar Gaddafi. Before his overthrow and death, Libya's dictator allegedly controlled $50 billion in assets. His lavish lifestyle included gold-plated guns, a personal all-female bodyguard unit, and extensive properties worldwide. Kim Jong-un, North Korea's supreme leader, technically controls all assets in his isolated nation. While his personal wealth remains unknown, he enjoys a luxurious lifestyle with yachts, palaces, and a collection of luxury vehicles, despite leading one of the world's poorest countries. Number 1. Vladimir Putin. Topping our list at number 1 is Russia's Vladimir Putin with an astonishing estimated wealth of $200 billion, potentially making him the richest person on Earth. Officially, Putin reports a modest salary and simple assets, a small apartment, a trailer, and an old car. However, critics and intelligence agencies suggest he controls a vast network of assets through loyal oligarchs and shell companies. These allegedly include luxury real estate, super yachts, private jets, and significant stakes in Russian energy companies. His reported $1 billion palace on the Black Sea features an underground ice hockey rink, casino, and vineyard. Putin has consistently denied these claims, maintaining his image as a humble public servant dedicated to Russia's interests rather than personal enrichment. While some leaders build their wealth through transparent business dealings before entering politics, others leverage their positions of power to accumulate fortunes of questionable origin. The next time you hear a world leader speak about economic policies or sacrifice, perhaps consider where they stand on this list and whether their personal finances align with their public message. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this countdown, please like and subscribe for Fatherland Channel's growth.